partner in crime, Hannah Bidali, and on stage, Mr. Chris Dale. Also, the partner in crime. Come on, mate, this is fucking end, brothers. Right, here's a nice little song called Running Free.
Please do not forget, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload next. The world of rock music has lost one of its most powerful voices. Paul.di'anno, the first singer of the legendary band Iron Maiden, has passed away. His death marks the end of an era for heavy metal fans, as Paul was one of the key figures in shaping the sound and energy of the genre. He was 66 years old. Paul.di'anno was born in London in 1958. Growing up, he found himself drawn to the rebellious energy of punk and metal music. His voice, full of raw emotion and intensity, stood out from others. In 1978, Paul joined Iron Maiden, a band that was still in its early days. His presence and talent quickly helped the band find its unique style. Iron Maiden's debut album, released in 1980, introduced the world to Di'anno's strong, gritty vocals. Songs like Phantom of the Opera and Running Free became anthems for metalheads, with Paul's voice cutting through the noise, full of power and emotion. He brought a mix of punk rock attitude and metal energy to the band, giving them the edge they needed to rise in the music world. The band's second album, Killers, was released in 1981. It took Iron Maiden to even greater heights. Once again, Paul's voice was front and center, delivering songs filled with passion and energy. The album showed that Iron Maiden was here to stay, and Di'anno was a big reason for their success. Despite the success, things weren't easy for Paul. The pressure of fame, touring, and the fast lifestyle of a rock star began to take its toll. By 1981, Paul left Iron Maiden. His struggles with substance abuse and health issues made it hard for him to keep up with the band's demands. However, even though his time with Iron Maiden was short, his impact on the band and the metal world was huge. After leaving Iron Maiden, Paul continued to make music. He formed several other bands and projects over the years, showing that his passion for rock never faded. But despite his efforts, Paul's later career never reached the same heights as his days with Iron Maiden. Still, he remained a beloved figure among fans of the early Iron Maiden albums. In his later years, Paul struggled with serious health problems. He dealt with multiple knee surgeries and had ongoing difficulties that kept him from performing as much as he wanted. Yet, through it all, he kept his spirit alive. Even though his body weakened, his love for music and his connection with his fans stayed strong. Fans remember Paul for his authenticity. He wasn't just a singer, he was a symbol of what it meant to give everything to music, to live through the highs and lows, and to stay true to yourself. His voice carried a rawness that many singers try to imitate but never quite match. He was the heart of Iron Maiden during their early days, and that heart beat strongly in the metal community for decades after. When the news of Paul's passing came, fans all over the world shared their grief. Many took to social media, posting old photos, sharing stories from concerts, and playing his music in tribute. The love and respect for Paul.di'anno, even after all these years, was clear to see. Paul.di'anno's time with Iron Maiden may have been short, but his legacy will live on forever. His voice helped shape the sound of one of the most famous metal bands in history. He gave everything he had to music, and even though he is no longer with us, his spirit remains alive in every note of those early Iron Maiden songs. As fans gather to remember Paul, we can take comfort in knowing that his music will always be here. His voice will never be forgotten. For many, listening to those early Iron Maiden albums will feel like hearing him again, alive, powerful, and full of life. Paul.di'anno, you will be missed. But your music will live forever. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to daily updates and never miss a video.